Good morning, my name's Mike. Welcome to my hometown, Eckington in northeast Derbyshire, on a particularly sunny but blustery morning. Our mission today is to go on a bus trip to a village which simply doesn't exist.
This is the 50 service to Sheffield. Interchange.
Our destination today is on all the Derbyshire bus timetables, but no one has set foot in this particular Peak District village for more than 80 years. So is this a phantom bus service? Will we be travelling back in time? Come with me to find out. I couldn't believe it a few weeks ago when I noticed the Sheffield to Bakewell bus number 257 is timetabled to stop at Ashopton. Now this is the village which was flooded way back in the early 1940s to make way for the massive Ladybower Reservoir. But according to this timetable, a local coach company still operates an hourly service to Ashopton from Sheffield every day of the week. Better have some sustenance in case we are going time travelling. The bus we need to catch this morning is the 9 AM service through to Bakewell, which passes through about 15 different Peak District villages, but none of them, I can guarantee, will be quite like Ashopton. Hello, Ashopton, please.
Oh yeah, like Ladybower, isn't it? I haven't got any change to just one jump on. Yeah.
Wait, why did I say big? Well, I feel that.
We're heading out into Derbyshire via the leafy suburbs on the western side of Sheffield. And I must say, it's not a very popular bus service, despite its time travelling possibilities. You get many requests for people to get off here?
Depends how nice the weather is, to be fair.
Brilliant, thanks ever so much.
Lovely,
See
thank
ya.
you, have a nice day.
Well, this is it. Says on the bus stop here, Ashopton. And there's another one across the road. Let's have a look there. Yes, this one says Ashopton as well. Where is the village of Ashopton? No sign of it over there. This is where Ashopton is, or rather where it was. It used to be a village which was home to 100 or so residents. It had a post office, a blacksmith, an annual wool fair, and all the locals supped at the handsome Ashopton Inn. And just on the day when I brought my Speedos as well. Oh well, never mind. Demolished and submerged for 8 decades, Ashopton's rubble lies permanently beneath this water and lots of silt. And although many people call this concrete structure Ashopton Bridge, its official name, Lady Bower Viaduct. I think the last people to actually ride into Ashopton village must have done so on board a charabanc, or maybe even a stagecoach. So why is the village still on the bus timetables in this part of the world? Who knows, maybe for 80 years they've simply forgotten to remove its name. The bridge over on the right there is the link to the Derwent Valley, where of course there's the Derwent Reservoir and another lost village, the village of Derwent. Just across the road from Lady Bower Reservoir is this big old stone house, unoccupied and fenced off now, but presumably in its day this used to look down over the village of Ashopton, and what a wonderful view it would have had. I can't help noticing here that our bus stop at Ashopton has an alternative name these days, Heatherdene, and I think that's a local visitor centre, so we'll go and have a nosy, see what we can find. What is a BBQ? Has everyone forgotten how to spell barbecue? Not sure exactly what to find here at Heatherdene, but there's lots of signs already. Pay here, blue badge holder, parking, Ringo parking code, wildfire warning, keep dogs on leads. Some more. What to do with your rubbish? And more. BBQs, open fires, no overnight parking, high risk of fire, join ranger walks, and even some more up here. Walkers and cyclists, please note, don't recommend the circular route. Well, that's enough signs for now. Oh, there's another one here. Help nature. Oh, that's a nice sign, a positive one. Well, after walking up the hill to the Heatherdene Visitor Centre, it seems to be closed and fenced off. And there's another sign. Let's read what this one says. Making improvements. Toilets currently closed. It's still a very impressive bench to sit on here. Toilets are closed, mate. You want? There's some alternative ones. Oh yeah. There you are, some portaloos over there. No doubt there'll be a sign or two. We'll have a look when we get there. And a sign here. Please don't get into our reservoir. It's not worth the risk. Well, as we can't get into the visitor centre, we'll have a little wander down this path and see what we can find. More signs, of course. I think there must be more signs on this 100 metres of path than any other in the country. Danger, overhead power lines. Another warning about rubbish. Attention dog walkers. Another one for dog walkers. Another power warning. Walking trails this way. Well, we'll have a wander down here for a little way. Oh, it's called the Derwent Valley Heritage Way. The River Trent, 55 miles. Not today, I don't think. And here's a map. Of course, this is the start of the River Derwent here. And it goes all the way down beyond Derby. Something here that looks like it might be a viewing platform. There are no warning signs, so let's go and have a look. Oh, beautiful spot. I bet it looks lovely when the trees aren't in full leaf. Looks a bit moody in the woodland today. Another sign. That's a very serious one. Just thinking back to Ashopton, the lost village, I remember reading a few years ago that the post office still received the occasional letter addressed to properties in Ashopton and also Derwent. Imagine that. 80 years and they're still getting bills. Now, Lady Bower Dam took the place of Ashopton to quench the thirst of industrial cities like Sheffield and Derby. The village's Methodist chapel, built in 1840, held its final emotional service in 1939 on September the 25th. By 1943, all the buildings had been demolished and the valves were opened to flood the area. The massive Ashopton Viaduct, which we've seen, was completed in 1943 and was officially opened by King George VI. So, has today's bus service brought us to a ghost village? Have we done a bit of time travelling? Maybe not. I think what's happened there is that people have just been a bit reticent to take it off the bus timetables, and it's stayed there for 80 years. Yeah, a few more signs here. I've not bought a horse or a bike or a dog, and step-free access. Apparently this goes through a little area of woodland and takes us back down to the reservoir. So let's have a explore this direction. Lovely smell of pine trees down here. Lots of old stones down there. I wonder if they came from the buildings in Ashopton. Might be a bit of the old pub there. So what happened to the good people of Ashopton when their village was flooded? Well, most of them were rehoused that way in the next village, Bamford. I wonder how they felt when they turned on the taps and got the drinking water. Now, the hole in the wall we saw recently isn't the only hole around here. I'll have a look what's down here. Signs, of course, but then look at that for a plug hole. How about that? Now you can see how low the water is today, but when the reservoir is topped up, the water cascades down there, and it makes quite a din as well. Is that the biggest plug hole in Derbyshire? Possibly. Okay, I found two more intrepid walkers this morning. Who are you and whereabouts are you two from?
Go on then. Sally and Sarah, and we're from Suffolk.
And
Hadley High School.
Hadley High School. And what are you doing all the way up here in Derbyshire?
We've got a Duke of Edinburgh group, well, 3 Duke of Edinburgh groups out walking, doing their silver qualifying expedition.
And no better place in the country to do it, is there really?
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And we're glad it's not really as hot as it has been.
Yeah, it's just nicer. The breeze is a bit too strong, but it's nice, isn't it, today? So what adventures have they been getting up to then?
We only arrived last night.
Yeah.
So they set up tents. We had ordered in pizzas last night. They've cooked on the tranches this morning. And yeah, set out on their walks.
Were your tents okay in the strong wind last night?
Well, we're sleeping, the staff are sleeping in a barn.
Oh,
luckily,
that's a good idea.
Very nicely.
Yeah.
The
tents were all standing, weren't they?
The tents were good because they're good tents.
Yeah.
So we spent money on the tents. So.
Super, and you're out learning all about the local area today then?
Yes. Yeah.
Are we not allowed to cross the...
I don't think so. No, it looks like a big padlock on there. So,
yeah, so we've got to get over into the forest.
Right. Well, you could swim. You get a Duke of Edinburgh award for that, I'm sure.
Okay.
Right, well, thanks ever so much, and I hope it's a great week for you. Oh, it's getting quite windy again. On previous Mike's missions, we've had heavy rain, we've had snow, we've had icy conditions, and we even had a heat wave. But I think today this is the strongest wind we've had. And the wind, of course, in the water at Lady Bower to be quite choppy. The big hill up there, that's called Win Hill, which we've seen on Mike's missions before, but from the opposite side in the Hope Valley. Just 80 years too late for a pint at the pub in Ashopton. Fortunately, the Lady Bower Inn was built on higher ground and so survived the flooding. And look here, after all those signs today warning us about things not to do in the Upper Derwent Valley, Here's a most welcoming one. And now it's mission accomplished. Cheers. Save some for later. Thanks for joining me on today's mission to find out why there is a bus stop at the village of Ashopton, which is no more. I think the reason it's still on the timetables is simply because no one's got around to removing it after 80 years. One thing that does disappoint me here at Ashopton, in the wind if you can hear me, is that there seems to be no monument paying tribute to the 100 or so people who gave up their homes and probably their livelihood, some of them as well, to make way for Lady Bower Dam. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I think my bus back to Sheffield is due now, so please subscribe, like, add a comment if you've been up here. See you again soon. Thanks for coming. Bye. Hello.